Hello, everybody. So sorry about that.
Oh my gosh, YouTube.
We're just having some YouTube fun. Adara, Bree, Wade,
Hi.
Young, Umo.
Goodness.
Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for the patience. I'm Ashleigh. This is Courtney.
Hi.
We're CA in LA. Courtney and Ashleigh in Los Angeles. It's wonderful to see all of you. Happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Happy to be here.
That's right. That's right. We're going to go ahead and jump into slides because yay, fun.
Yay, fun.
Yay, fun.
We love tech problems.
How's everyone's week been?
Is everyone feeling good about summer? Are we excited? Hello, 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 hello.
Are we feeling good about summer? Are we excited? I love that.
Well, yeah, summer's like, it's summer.
It is summer.
So people are excited for summer. Summer means vacation and maybe
Warm.
It's warmer weather, pools,
That's right.
the ocean, which we talked about on stream a lot yesterday.
That's right.
But anyway.
I'm excited about summer.
Okay.
Heck yeah. Jacob and Jack, that was such a fun stream. I'm really excited about this art maxing series.
Oh, so cool.
How many of y'all have had a chance to check it out? They're on day 3. Summer's so much fun, so whimsy.
Whimsy. That's a beautiful word for summer.
Hi, Dano.
Absolutely.
How goes it?
Welcome in.
I think I'm playing with your ears.
That was me.
Those are my ears.
She's found her ears,
I
everybody.
found my ears. Okay. So last week we went over film news and Premiere AI Assistant. Oh yeah, I realized we never say it. Hi. Welcome to the Cinema Collective.
Welcome.
I'm Ashleigh. This is Courtney.
Hi.
We're CA in LA. Courtney and Ashleigh in Los Angeles. We're best friends, filmmakers, musicians.
And we're variety streamers.
And here on the Cinema Collective, we are going to break down what is new in film news, what is coming out in theaters, what's new on streaming, what is going on with Vimeo, because, oh my gosh, the Odyssey,
Concerned.
and what updates are with this Paramount merger. And then Courtney is going to go over some tutorials in Premiere and talk about some new things. Acting creative, it's so great to see you. How are your plans? How's looming? Thanks for jumping in.
Welcome in. It's good to see you too.
Yes. Okay.
Pool for the summer.
Pool for
That's
the
right.
summer. Okay, so our week 4 challenge, or last week we went over film news and Premiere AI Assistant. I'm here for fresh takes on the film world. Ah, I love that. So week 4 challenge was tell an artist friend how great they are. Thank you, Coat.
You're so great.
Thank you so much.
Look at all your things.
Look at all my
everything
things.
you do.
Look
She
at
does
all-
so much, and she's the coolest.
Look at all
You're
of the
great.
things. I really appreciate that. That's really kind. And Courtney, you
Aw.
are amazing.
Thanks.
I'm so sorry. I said looming. Weaving. Acting Creative is an amazing artist that you need to connect with and say hi. She's so cool.
She's very cool.
We're really glad to hear that. Things are going well. Our tomato plants are stunning.
Thriving.
They're very large and in charge girlies. They've taken over the grow tent. These are things that Courtney's done, and coffee. Yay.
And coffee.
And coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good coffee. We're on the backlots, you know? It's
Yeah.
great times. Our question to get everything started with y'all is, what's a movie that you loved that you remember seeing in a theater? I will never forget my experience watching Up. I swore I was in the wrong theater. I looked around and I was like, why is this happening? This isn't a comedy. Where's the dog? Where's the dog?
Where is it? Yeah, they are thriving.
We love thriving tomatoes, for sure. Jack, excellent job. That was so fun watching
was really
you
fun.
and Jacob. And I loved hearing more about you and your backstory. And we learned so much. So thank you. Thank you for your amazing chats and sharing your art.
Mod extraordinaires and streamers.
Seriously. Hello.
Let's go.
What can't you do?
I saw Down with Love in theater and I loved it. It was so fun.
That's so you.
Yes, I saw it with my sister, Alex, and our dads. So that was interesting. Yep.
That is interesting.
But I loved it.
Can
you pick up your chair real quick? You were on your... There you go. Done.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Just casually sitting on
Cables.
Okay,
You know.
here's the you should watch. There's a lot this week, so I did my best to categorize it. So this show is on season 5. It's called Trying. This is so wholesome and family oriented. I regularly weep because I wish my family was as supportive as this family was. But it's a comedy, and it's so good, y'all. It's on Apple TV, and there are 8 episodes. It'll be released on Wednesdays. Nikki and Jason deal with the consequences of Princess and Tyler's biological mother, Kat, turning up at their doorstep, and the whirlwind of chaos she brings into their settled family life. Highly recommend starting from the beginning of the series because you get to go through their whole romance and them trying to have kids, and then they adopt. Spoiler. But it's a really funny, wholesome, lovely series.
Yeah, if you need something that is just good.
Yeah.
It's just light and really charming, and it's wonderful.
It's so good. So good. Little House on the Prairie. So this is getting a lot of backlash online because it's like a world adjacent, but it's season 1. It's a drama Western, 8 episodes, all available on Netflix as of tomorrow. Part hopeful family drama, part epic survival tale, and part origin story of the American West. This fresh adaptation of Laura Ingalls Wilder's iconic semi-biographical Little House books offers a kaleidoscope view of the struggles and triumphs of those who shaped the frontier.
So your little just ha.
It's the fresh adaptation, which people are not going for because they want familiarity.
Well, if you're gonna bring it back, then yeah,
It's familiarity while also being original.
it just feels like studios are trying to. It's like they're too scared to actually branch out into original content. So instead, they take things that people already loved and then try to make them new in that way. It's like you're taking a step sideways and actually backwards because people don't want that. Just fully commit to a new concept. We all can take it.
I know, like there's so many stories.
Yeah.
But vibes. War Driver. This is a film that comes in at 1 hour and 34 minutes. It's a thriller and crime. Forced into $1 million cyber heist, a hacker gets caught up in a deadly game of cat and mouse where every line of code could be his last. I've heard from a lot of people that like Mr. Robot that this is really good. And this is available on Paramount Plus for subscribers, but you've been able to rent this video on demand elsewhere. But this guy, Dane, he's been snubbed. I don't know why he's not higher in like the Hollywood echelon, but he's a really great actor.
Yeah. Agreed.
To our reality television block, Project Runway season 22. What? This is fashion reality. If you're not familiar, it is a really cool and creative reality challenge where fashion designers have to compete in challenges every week, and it's really inspiring. But for season 22, it's the record-breaking 22 seasons. Follows 22 diverse designers facing their biggest creative test yet, pushed to their limits by high-stakes challenges and mass eliminations. These visionary creators battle to elevate their careers and prove they have the intelligence and skill to dominate the global fashion industry. This premieres on Freeform on Thursdays and then Disney and Hulu afterwards. It starts tomorrow, so check that out.
Love it.
I wasn't familiar with Big Brother's game. I had no idea that this airs multiple times a week, and I wasn't aware that it's on season 28. When interviewed what is the most American show, a lot of people said Big Brother or Survivor.
I don't know if that's okay.
You're constantly being watched?
Yeah. No. I'm not saying I don't know that it's not accurate. I'm sure it's accurate. It's just
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. Well. Designers make it work. Exactly. I do really like that show. It's really nice to watch when it's like, oh, how did you do that? And watching artists in a completely different art form.
Yeah.
So Big Brother is a time trip theme where the past, present, and future collide as house guests battle it out. Are any of you Big Brother fans? I have never watched a single episode.
I haven't either.
But I know a lot about the rigging of cameras in early seasons of Big Brother because some of my cinematography mentors said that running wire through the ceilings so that you could have camera feeds was just quintessential grunt work, which everyone should do.
Which also really revolutionized reality TV, because they used to have man on the ground in the set with cameras, if you remember The Real World, and all of that. And then they realized they didn't need to hire cam ops anymore.
Yeah, you don't need people. Just set the cameras.
Set the cameras everywhere.
Jack, someone from my college was on Project Runway.
That's so cool.
I love that.
They put themselves through a lot, and I bless them. Yeah, it's amazing what they can pull off.
How do you run through the fabric store with such little time?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes, and then no.
I don't know.
Stress.
I don't know.
I don't have it.
There is a documentary about Burning Man on HBO tomorrow, and it is 4 episodes that will be released on Thursdays, tracing the evolution of Burning Man from its anarchic countercultural roots in San Francisco to the 80,000 person desert gathering it has become.
Has anybody been to Burning Man that's with us? I just think of the heat, and I couldn't do it.
The heat?
Yeah.
I love the culture that I've seen around Burning Man, but I think the every man for himself essence is where I'm out.
It's the heat, it's the dehydration, it's the constant sweating.
Yeah.
It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
I love the community elements of it though.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I've heard lovely stories.
Yeah, we have friends that go and have a great time.
The first UK season was in 2000. It became a farm for newspaper celeb gossip stars.
Yeah.
Fun, LOL. And that desert sand ruins everything. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not for me, but that's okay.
This is a concept movie that's based off a Stephen King book. It's called The Long Walk. It's a horror thriller clocking in at 1 hour and 48 minutes. This has been available on video on demand since last year, but it will be available on HBO as of Friday. And a dystopian police state, 50 teenage boys volunteer for The Long Walk, an annually televised life or death endurance contest. Contestants must maintain a strict walking speed, facing immediate execution if they drop below the pace. The last boy walking wins ultimate glory and anything he desires. Yeah. I know. It just,
No. Valerie Mann, she opened a shop in Cleveland after.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I
hope she's thriving.
I love that she was able to take the synergy and esteem from the show and open a shop. How exciting.
And Brie, you would rent your travel trailer and you would not let it go to Burning Man?
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you one bit.
I'm sure the sand alone.
Yeah.
Just the underneath of the car, all of it.
What is with this dystopian torturing children situation? You have like Hunger Games.
I don't know.
You have Divergent. It's just like, let them go.
We've just leaned into nihilism, I guess.
We'll be entertained. It's strange, frankly. Okay. Who's watching Sportsball? I have been out in public where it's inadvertently been going on.
Yeah.
And that's how I've known who's winning. I haven't even had to look at my phone. It's been great.
You just listen.
Yeah, you don't even have to watch the television.
Nope.
But I'm sure watching the television is fun. Hi, Chris. I just switched over so I can see you now.
I know, tech problems, right? Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay.
Echoing Dino. Jack, excellent stream.
So good.
So the World Cup has been going on since June 11th. It hasn't even been a month, but it's been really exciting and has energized fans worldwide. I've been watching. Who have you been rooting for, if you don't mind sharing? So this is the 23rd edition. Right now, there are 8 teams left. None of the host countries are still in, and the major matches will be live on Fox, with all matches streamed on Fox 1. I know it's happening, but I don't know how it works. Jack, that's how I feel. I just heard that everyone was still in it, and then they were going to elimination, and then everyone's just mad, and most of the reels I've seen have just been people like touching each other and then falling over dramatically to make fun of all of the boys who are being dramatic during the games. They are very dramatic. They should win an award for how dramatic they are.
It's like infomercial type where you just
You know what? That's a great idea. We should make a compilation video of just like put the kitschy music underneath
infomercial spills, put it in black and white. It'll be great.
Wade says, I haven't felt it was tainted, LOL. Now I might, though. Chris, England scored, Mexico scored. Exactly. Jack, everyone's mad is how I feel watching all sports.
Yeah.
Not wrong. Teams that are left are Argentina, Belgium, England, France, Morocco, Norway, Spain, and Switzerland. They are so dramatic, right? Like, it's beautiful. I don't ever want to hear someone say that they are not performers, because
everyone's a performer.
They could go toe to toe with soap opera actors, frankly.
How does the milk carton even work? It's so messy.
So messy. Oh, excellent. Okay, in theaters, Moana. Finally, right? It's a musical adventure, the live action Moana. Who has enjoyed the live action Disney films?
That's a great question.
I don't know that any of them have done well.
No.
Lilo and Stitch, maybe, but just because that was Lilo and Stitch? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that may be the only one that I've heard that has done well.
This is an hour and 56 musical adventure. Leaving her island for the first time, young Moana embarks on an epic seafaring adventure to restore prosperity to her people. This is from director Thomas Kail, who did Hamilton and the TV series We Were the Lucky Ones.
Interesting.
Why does the live action poster look like it's AI? Umo.
Because they can't help it.
Umo, this is the conundrum that I have run into, is that it doesn't matter how much work that I do. Posters are now rolling out and they're AI, and these are from studios. So I don't know if this is AI, but no one could verify if it was or wasn't.
But also when you're doing a live action, this being a perfect example, and there's so much CG in it, it just doesn't look real at a certain point. So, I mean, if you pull a still from the poster, it is going to look like that.
That's right.
Because it's so disconnected. Ashleigh and I were talking about VFX and all of that stuff, and that nothing is really grounded anymore. You used to have grounded elements and then you'd add the backdrop, but we just don't have that anymore. So everything looks fake.
Yep.
Yes, aggressively airbrushed, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Aggressively airbrushed, and not the fun airbrush that you would get on the boardwalk at summer vacation. That was cool.
Still fun.
I loved that. If we find one, we should get one.
We should totally.
Absolutely. I know. Sigh Disney.
I got a sweatshirt that said Brat. I know. You can't see that at all.
This and upscaling resolution for everything is so gross. Wade, it is interesting that everyone is obsessed. Well, I can't say everybody, because I do feel we're at this precipice of a lot of content either needing to be very low res to the point that people are massively degrading their footage to make it look like it was home movies on like a VHS and then converted to digital. But then you also have the crowd that is like, let's upscale this to 25K. And then you get something that looks like this, which doesn't look natural at all. So yeah, it is a really fascinating movement, the move for both upscaling and low resing video.
I do wonder what tech is going to do with that information of people returning to nostalgia and wanting to use less. Like, how are you going to upgrade any of your phones? Like, what are you going to add that's going to make someone want that? Because you're still advancing. You're not walking back. What are you going to do? What are we going to do? Anyway.
I don't know. Great question, Courtney. Evil Dead Burn coming in at an hour 51. This is a horror. After the loss of her husband, a grieving woman seeks solace with her in-laws at their secluded family home. However, it soon becomes a reunion from hell as the Book of the Dead unleashes demonic forces that transform them into deadites one by one. This was the tamest poster that I could find. Everything else was just like so aggressive.
What do we think the turning point for horror was that now it's mainstream? I think it was Smile, because their marketing campaign really blew the lid off of horror in the universe, really.
They brought horror into like baseball games, and I was like, ooh, I should be safe from this here.
So I think that might have been it, because we're seeing a lot of horror this year.
It's easy to be original. It's easy to produce. So I get it.
Totally.
What idiot ran the book? Winter, I know.
Isn't that the first thing? What idiot?
Why?
Who started it?
Hi, Arco.
Hi, Arco.
Umo says, I get that movie posters have always been an opportunity for creative editing. Yeah. And I just don't feel like they have. I felt like Weapons legitimized horror.
I could see that as well. Yeah. As soon as they went to the Oscars, it was.
Chris, see what? Yeah. See what won? Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass. Yes, please, Chris. This debuted at Sundance, and it comes in at 1:33. It's comedy. When her fiance uses their celebrity pass agreement, Midwest bride Gail Daughtry travels to Hollywood seeking revenge by pursuing her own celebrity encounter. This is the same director of Wet Hot American Summer, David Wayne.
So that's going to be a lot of choices, and that's awesome.
Winter says, read the book. Weapons was good. Okay, we told you that we would let you know, and here we are. Our favorite film from Sundance, called Hachan Shake Your Booty, is announced for September 25th, 2026, theatrical release by Sony.
I'm so excited.
After tragedy halts her glittering life in Tokyo's ballroom dance scene, a grieving widow in self-imposed isolation steps back into the studio floor and finds a new instructor who reignites her passion for both dance and love.
This is a must-watch.
This film is what we keep saying is the 2026 Everything Everywhere All at Once, that it blends drama and comedy and sci-fi and experimental cinema all into a really, really fun film that every turn of the way, you have no idea what's coming next. It's just a really fun and vibrant watch and a beautiful way to explore grief.
It's stunning. So yeah, everybody write that one down. It's so good.
Okay, Odyssey opens next week, but press and first reviews have started rolling out. A couple of them. A filmmaking feast, wrote Collider's Perry Nemiroff. A grand and gripping rendition of Homer's epic, and one that feels uniquely Christopher Nolan. It's sincerely hard to imagine any other filmmaker on the planet being able to bring that source material to screen with this much scale, scope, and heart.
That's high praise, considering.
Respectfully, it had a blank check for the film. Christopher Nolan's Odyssey is a colossal origin myth story of post-war disillusion and a loss of innocence witnessed by the dead, wrote The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw, ahead of the review embargo lifting next Wednesday and next Friday's worldwide release. And finally, Los Angeles Times film editor Joshua Rothkopf calls the film staggering, earthy, ghostly, weighty, touched by humor and grandeur alike. It's pure cinema. And for those in the cheap seats, as if there were any in IMAX theaters, facts. He adds that the film is a return home to the robustly entertaining action movies that cinema was invented to tell.
Interesting.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan. Thanks.
You. Appreciate you. Hachan sounds like a
relieved
fun
from your duties.
Birthday weekend for me. Yes, it's such a fun watch. That being said, you can go to IMAX.com and find where there is a local IMAX cinema near you. Grab tickets. They keep releasing and announcing new screening dates. I don't know how that works because how many IMAX theaters do you have? But check it out. The tickets are going fast, so you might not be able to see this in theaters for like months, for real. Okay. Emmy announcements went up earlier this morning, and this will be the 78th Emmy Awards hosted by Mariska Hargitay on NBC and then streamed on Peacock from the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles. This will be September 14th at 5 p.m. with the Creative Emmys taking place September 5th and 6th. The Creative Art Enemies.
You got it.
Emmys will feature cinematography, editing, just tech achievements, the boring stuff that no one really cares about except us. We love the artistic Emmys. With that being said, the Pit led with 25 nominations. This is the highest nominated drama this year. And Hacks led with, it was 24 noms that Hacks had, with the record for a comedy tying with The Studio from last year.
That's crazy.
Yep. And this was Hacks' final season, so that makes sense. Just a couple categories to highlight. Outstanding drama series, The Diplomat, Gilded Age, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Paradise, The Pit, Pluribus, Slow Horses, Your Friends and Neighbors. Outstanding comedy series, Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Margot's Got Money Problems, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, Shrinking, and Widow's Bay. And outstanding animated program, Bob's Burgers, Rick and Morty, The Simpsons, Smiling Friends, South Park, and Star Wars Visions.
I'm upset.
Outstanding documentary or nonfiction special, John Candy, I Like Me, Marty, Life is Short, Mel Brooks, The 99-Year-Old Man, My Mom Jane, a film by Mariska Hargitay.
Oh, so beautiful too.
Ocean with David Attenborough. I highly recommend My Mom Jane if you haven't seen that. Outstanding limited or anthology series, All Her Fault, The Beast in Me, Beef, DTF, St. Louis, and Love Story, John F. Kennedy and Carolyn Bessette. An outstanding documentary or nonfiction series, The American Revolution, Mr. Scorsese, Rafa, Sean Combs' The Reckoning, and The Yogurt Shop Murders. What a list. That
is quite the list.
The Yogurt Shop Murders. Also, Sean Combs. We have been deeply worried that with the acquiring of Arri, that there would not be any developments with new cameras, but Riddell, who acquired them, is very, very big priority focused on live broadcast. So it doesn't come as any surprise that Ari's new camera, which is the Alexa 35 Live Extreme, is specifically aimed at live broadcast. So it can stream up to 8 times in HD, 2 times in UHD for live productions via traditional SDI workflows when paired specifically with their LPS1 system. It unlocks slow motion capture up to 330 frames per second while retaining the camera's full 17 stops of dynamic range.
Wow.
This is now available to order starting at $112,000.
Meager.
And I saw it top out at $135,000, but that was estimate.
My gosh.
Something a little bit more affordable that want to put on your radar, because the campaign for this closes July 15th, is this new action camera. The thing is, you can't test it, but right now it is available on Kickstarter for $199. So if you feel like taking a risk and getting this action cam off Kickstarter without any trials and just trust. This is called the Algo. It has the Sony IMX486 sensor with stabilization, magnetic mounting, and it's in its crowdfunding phase, which is why it's offering at $199 instead of the $358, which it is expected to be retailed at by the end of the year. They are expecting these to ship by November, and this is supposed to be competing with Insta360.
They look like little Wallies.
They do.
Yeah.
And I like that they come in color.
Yeah, that's nice.
Has anyone seen the latest Rick and Morty season? Just haven't had the chance yet. Winter
I have
asks.
not.
Hello there, Arco. Vimeo. So Vimeo has this thing called Vimeo on Demand. This came out a couple years ago, and the selling point of this is that it is an open platform that allows you to set prices for your work. So if you want to have an independent rollout and host your film that maybe didn't do great in film festivals, but you have a couple friends and people on the cast and crew that would love to support you, you can set the price. You get 90% of the revenue split. Audience can watch it anywhere, anytime, with customizable designs, and it works natively within Vimeo. It's available.
That's a great idea.
It's available forever, except not. Vimeo is shutting down its on-demand paid rental and purchase storefront by November 20th. So new uploads and sales are cut off in September, which means that any videos that you sell or rent through Vimeo on demand will stop working. The video file will stay there, but you can no longer monetize it through Vimeo on demand. This is because Vimeo was acquired by the private equity firm Bending Spoons last year, which right afterwards, they went through 2 rounds of, what is it called? Layoffs. And it has diminished the overall platform value over 80%. And they have cut the entire video team. So this is a bad sign for the long-term reliability of Vimeo as a creator-forward infrastructure.
Ugh is right.
So the key dates for you to note in case you are affected is August 22nd, which is when new uploads to video on demand are disabled, so next month, but existing content will remain live. On September 21st, new purchases and subscriptions go away. And November 20th, it's completely shut down with the storefronts going offline and viewer access ending. And this is a really popular question. Can my purchased content be transferred to another platform? And the answer is no.
So as we've said, buying things digitally does not make it forever.
That's right. So if you are a creator that has your work in Vimeo, make sure that you know that your work will not be deleted, but you will not be able to have people rent or buy your work moving forward. And all of the final payouts will be sent by October 21st through whatever payment method that you have selected.
That being said, I do recommend if you have a lot of videos or anything on Vimeo, just start downloading them.
Yeah.
Just have them.
And so the signs of the times ahead is that Vimeo is retreating further from being a creator and monetization platform. A big issue is that there's no public roadmap of what else may be cut. So that could be core hosting, streaming, and embeds. So be mindful if you have your work on Vimeo. So creator-friendly platforms are losing their identity under financial pressure. Keep that in mind. Everything is leased land. And if you have your work hosted on Vimeo, make sure that you're backing up your work. Start now and look for alternatives because it does not seem like Vimeo will be around for that much longer.
Which now removes that as a viable distribution option for someone who made a film for $1,000, let's say. Now it's gone. This reminds me, Sony just removed 500 Studio Canal titles from its movie library. Gone, even if you bought it. Yep. And residuals from that are being completely cut off. People are not happy, but it's fragile, you know? And a studio just, they do what they want without any of that.
And my wrap up, so we can get Courtney into demos, is that we've been following this. Paramount Skydance is acquiring Warner Brothers in a landmark transaction at approximately $111 billion. This is one of the largest mergers, if not the largest, in media history. On Thursday, April 23rd, Warner Brothers shareholders, against everybody, voted to approve the acquisition. Where we stand right now is that the acquisition, though they tried to push it through by July 15th, is still scheduled to be complete by September 30th. If Paramount is unable to close the deal by September 30th, they will incur fees of up to $650 million per quarter. And this still all remains subject to regulatory approval. Now, the UK, we said last week, they had said that they were going to challenge this. And where we stand right now is that they're weighing a public interest intervention into Paramount's $110 billion Warner Brother acquisition over media plurality concerns. Their lawyers are saying Britain's threat is likely aimed at extracting concessions like protecting Channel 5 News, UK's children's programming, and Warner's Livingston studios, rather than blocking the deal outright, even as the merger separately faces EU remedy talks and a looming state-led antitrust lawsuit in the United States. To the United States, Oregon, yesterday, their attorney general announced that they filed a motion seeking a 60-day delay to the merger's closing date. So that would put the closing date at November 30th as opposed to September 30th, which is huge because of that $650 million problem. Okay. So if they succeed in this, automatically $650 million for Paramount. So Paramount, or what the Oregon Attorney General is saying, is that Paramount Skydance withheld documents and is currently withholding documents that are tied to its lobbying activities. Separately, a group of states, which is spearheaded by Rob Bonta, the California State Attorney General, and he's currently being joined by New York, Colorado, Washington, and a few other states, is geared to file an antitrust suit aimed at completely blocking the deal outright. So that's positive. Positive news. Positive news. Okay.
we're going to go over updates again. I'm not going to full screen this just because I'm going to be bouncing around, but as soon as I'm landed in Premiere fully, I will full screen. Okay. Okay. We have some more updates. A lot of them have been within transitions and effects, so I'm going to be showing you a couple of them. Transitions have been huge. If you guys haven't had a chance to look at the Film Impact dashboard in Premiere, highly recommend. And the idea of all of these updates is to simply allow you to do most of your work in Premiere. That is what Adobe really focuses on, is making you not have to leave the app, which we greatly appreciate. And we don't need to go into After Effects and do all of that. For those of you who are not great at After Effects, me. So we're going to show you a couple of things. Thank you.
We're staying positive. That's right.
All right. So one, okay, let me know we're good. Yes, we must stay positive. Always. Because we need it for ourselves. It's very easy to not.
Good. Whenever.
Good. All right. So I need this for me. I just need to copy and add all these to Premiere so you can see that it does indeed happen. I did this 9 times specifically. So remember, if you are bringing anything from your Firefly board into Premiere, you cannot bring text, but your images, video, here are the things that won't work: text, graphics, artboards, or any 3D projects. But the things that will work will be your generated video, generated images, any uploaded videos that you add, or any Photoshop Illustrator files. All right, so let's open in Premiere, downloading your files. Dun, 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 dun. Keep working while you wait. Here's an airplane while we wait. All right, so it tells me I cannot export my text, which we know. And so what it has done is added a Spicy Monster board with all of my images in it in its own sequence, except this is the second one I did. Woo!
Spicy Monster is a short film that we did, and what Courtney just did is in Firefly, this is where we build our mood board.
Yes.
And so she just brought over the reference images and the ideas that we had into a Premiere timeline. And how did you do that?
I right-clicked everything. Let's go back to my...
So you were in Firefly.
I was in Firefly, and I just Command-8. I selected everything, and we right-click, open in Premiere. You can also open in Express and Photoshop, but if you have video files, Photoshop is not going to know what to do. So we always go into Premiere. And the reason you might want to use this is, well, a reason why we would use it is if we want to make a quick reel that's showing the behind the scenes or the visual look of the film. It's just another piece of material that you can use to promote your movie and just create something fun. Oh, look, pants. So yes, it adds it into a sequence for you, and it will show up in a Firefly downloads folder, so you don't have to worry about organizing it at all, which we love. Okay, so now that
where does that file folder show up?
Right at the top of whatever project you are currently in.
And
we are in
Firefly?
Firefly downloads.
Firefly downloads.
Yes, and then it actually puts it into... This one is double because I just did it again, but it also puts it into its own board for what your Firefly board is called, Spicy Monster.
Amazing.
And then it has all of your assets already organized for you.
Love that.
Yes, and it even puts the sequence in there. So it combines everything into one little Firefly sandwich, and you can feel free to organize how you like, which we enjoy. Okay. Let's jump into our demo for today. So we're going to do some stuff with Object Mask. You all have seen us talk about Object Mask a lot, but things have changed. It's better. So I'll show you. Let's Object Mask our biker. So if you guys have not used this before, let's do our Object Mask here, and let's hover over our biker. I'm just going to select that and say yes. And so let's say you spend 10 hours doing this beautiful, I don't know why you'd spend that much time, but anyway, beautiful Object Mask. Let's add the helmet in too. Okay, then we want to track forwards and backwards. And sometimes when we're working, footage moves, or when you're in a rush, sometimes you just start bringing things into your timeline, and then you're like, oh, this was still in my downloads folder on my computer, and it's not on my hard drive. Now I got to move the file, so let's break it.
Quick question.
Yes.
Why would you use object masking?
So this could be something that you use if you want to add certain effects. So I've selected him as a whole, but maybe I just wanted to change the color of his helmet. I can object mask his helmet and change the color just for that specific object. You can also do this in color mode. Yay.
In really simple terms, what object masking is doing is you are selecting a part of the image or the video and you are mapping it out so that you can manipulate that individual part of the image.
Right. So let's just say I did all of this stuff. I created this mask and we're already tracked all of those things. Now I'm going to go into my window right here and let's break it. So now I'm like, oh, this isn't right. Maybe I want to move it to sports. I have now just disrupted Premiere knowing where that is, which actually it relinked it very quickly, which is wild because that's the first time that's ever happened.
That never happens.
Let me try to break it again. Hold on. Wow. Let's add it to... Let's add it to Hey Dad. Let's do that. All right, so now it's in there, and so now this comes up and it says, we don't know, I'm gonna move it, you're good. We don't know where your footage is. Yeah, you're totally right, my bad, fam. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna find it. Hey Dad, we're gonna click on our clip, hit okay, and the mask is still retained. Before, that was not happening. You would have had to restart that entire process. So if you were super deep in it and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is in the wrong place, you would have had to choose whether you wanted to keep it or start over. Now you don't have to, you can just relink it and the mask stays intact.
Winter says, oh, kind of like clip masking in Photoshop, which I finally know how to do.
Exactly like that. Yes. For video and with moving image, it is very difficult, which is what makes Object Mask so revolutionary in that way. But yes, exactly like that. All right, so yes, Object is still there, and that is a huge improvement to Object Mask. We're going to continue to work with Object Mask, but show you something else because I just want to. So we're going to use this dancer shot, and I want to mask her out. What I love about Object Mask too is you can add a bunch of different effects onto that at once, and it's not going to break. So let's Object Mask her out. And let's track her forward and backward. And then they've added this gradient feature. So this is one of the effects that's new that I really enjoy. It's completely manipulatable, customizable, as are most effects in Premiere.
Winter, I'm learning Photoshop this summer. The struggle has been real. We're really proud of you.
Is there anything that you would like to learn? I use Photoshop all the time. So yeah, keep us posted. I could probably do some stuff in Premiere and then maybe jump into Photoshop if there's something that you want to see. Okay.
What? Listen to her.
Gradient. Okay. We don't want a gradient wipe. We want gradient. Okay, so now she has this cool gradient. I immediately think of Apple.
Whoa.
Do you also think of that?
I sure do.
Another thing that I want to do, actually, now that I've done this mask, we want the object mask in opacity. There we go. So now we have no background and now we've just created our like Apple.
Wow.
Our Apple situation. So gradient is really cool. There's a lot that you can do with it. Let's scroll down, and because this isn't a layer on top of your video effect, it'll be in your effects controls. You'll see for transitions and things like that, you'll have to click on these very specific asset on top of your clip, but this is an effect. So this one is different.
If anybody,
so keep that in mind.
If anyone in chat has any tips or tricks that they would like to share with Winter about Photoshop, please feel free.
I know too little to not know what I don't know. That's completely fair.
A whole mood.
How about this? If there's anything that comes up that you are unfamiliar with, just reach out to us in the Cinema Collective Discord. I'd be happy to answer those questions for you.
Mad Studios.
Gaussian blur in Photoshop, my spirit animal. Yes, it's excellent. I use that all the time as well. And it's really good when you are creating circles or you want to add any gradients instead of adding a gradiated item, because you can start to get banding on the outside. Gaussian blur is the fix for that. Okay, anyway, we're talking about gradients in Premiere. So this effect right here, there's always a surprise me button for every single thing. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to change these colors to pink and blue because I have to. So if we scroll down, we have our two-tone colors that I can adjust. So let's make pink and blue. I can also, I know. So if we want to, one of the things that we can do, if you look at the gradient effect in our film impact dashboard, so let's go over here just so you can see it. I don't really ever go through effects this way. Sometimes I'll do it just to see what they do. But when it comes to applying it to my clip, I never hit apply just because I feel like it's just not as effective than just finding it and dragging and dropping. But you can do what you will. Okay, so we see all these cool things and all of these lines and like what? And then you open the effect and you have no idea how to do any of those things. So I'm going to talk about the lines real quick. We are going to go to, so first, depending on how we want our gradient, we have linear and we have radial. Radial is going to be from the inside out. Imagine a circle being your center point, and then it will create the gradient that way. Linear is just straight across, up and down, very similar. So if we want to add lines, we're going to look at our repeats right here. So this is going to essentially repeat the gradient over and over and over and over and over again. So that is how you get your lines. And then we'll show you what that looks like with radial too. So, I mean, even just like, what's happening? What are we doing? It just looks like a party.
It looks like something.
Ashleigh hates it.
I do not enjoy that.
No, it is very jarring. Yeah. So you don't have to do that, or you don't have to add lines at all. We can just bring the repeats back and just keep the gradient super smooth.
Super simple.
So a couple questions I immediately have when I'm looking at something like this is, okay, how much can I really manipulate this? Being, what if, where did all of my, oh, there we go. So what if I want to move where the gradient starts? What if I want to flip them on their head? I always think about that when we're talking about tutorials. So if I want to do that, oh, actually this one's really cool too. So we can also do tribal whenever it wants to show up. And then it'll do all of these other really, really cool designs. So definitely play with the type and all of these to see what type of gradient that you'd like. But the position is going to be the most important thing. So let's go back to organic. This position right here. I know, isn't that fun?
That's really fun. Umo says it's getting all Austin Powers.
Yeah, it kind of is. And then you can change exactly where that stops. If you really want to get fancy with it, you can start keyframing things. That's entirely up to you. But if you just want to leave the gradient as it sits, dragging your positioning will work. And then also I can mirror these things, which means on either side, it'll show the double gradient, or I can invert this so that the blue will replace with the pink. So there's a lot of fun stuff that you can do with this one, and I really love it. Some other things. Oh, something to note too, your preserve alpha. This is checked on because this means that there is no background. There's been a lot of problems in video of like, well, how do I just get the person without the background? Preserving alpha is your way to do that for this effect. And I'm going to do another tutorial on that because we had to preserve alpha when Ashleigh and I did some stuff for our stream, putting our video heads on photographed bodies. So maybe I will do a tutorial for that next time or sometime in the future because it's just funny. Okay, so then also when it comes to our effects and transitions specifically, there are 4 different categories that Premiere talks about. We have our essentials, which are going to be like any sort of, oh, right, I forgot, thank you. Any sort of transitions you may have. This one is for Thrish, even though I don't think he's here. Our star wipe, they've added star wipe for us, which is very fun. So those are going to be your basics, oh yeah, like isn't that so good? It's so good. Anyway, so your star wipe, or we have things that are called, Ashleigh's just like, what is happening? Your transformers, which are also very cool. That's another category. And those are going to be, I need to really quickly decide what I'm going to do. 3D spin backs, I might have to come back to these. So actually, I'll show you one more because then we're going to run out of time. But I want to show you text animation because now we can do that and we don't have to worry, if I can spell, about, again, going into After Effects. So let's add a text layer first. So skydiving, let's change the color to,
Magic Studio says perhaps they need to rename that transition.
It's so good. It's so good. All right, so let's just change this to skydiving and let's do our text transformation. So nothing super fancy about this, right? But I want to add some movement to it. So I'm going to add my text animator over top and I'm going to drag it to the right and left side. It will not sit in the center, so keep that in mind. And this is what it's originally. Oh my gosh, we've got star wipe and we've got, oh man, so good. All right, so skydiving. You can see it comes in one letter at a time. And then I can also add it to the back. And what it's going to do when I add it to the back is it's actually going to delete the letters. So that is a choice. If you want to use all of them, fine. But maybe I don't want to go one letter at a time. Maybe I want to add a different effect. So let's see what we can do to manipulate this one. This is one where you have to specifically click on the effect within the clip, not just selecting the clip and then going to your effects.
Okay.
Oh, hello? Lost audio. Hello? We're good?
We're good. We're good.
Are we good? Hello, 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 hello.
Okay. So talk back about the.
Yes. So I was talking about this fun curve that we've got going on.
Thank you.
Our fun Bezier is what I think. We're back. Okay. So
Thank
this
you.
is going to be the smoothest curve you have. It's essentially creating your keyframes for you, as opposed to overshoot, which is a really, really steep incline. And that is not going to be as smooth of a transition because it doesn't have that gradient. Does that make sense? So Bezier is your automatic setting and it will just smooth it out for you. All right. So maybe I don't want... Actually, let's go back real quick. So presets, this one's on custom right now, which means I can do whatever I want. But maybe we just want it to fade in. Maybe we want it to squeeze from the bottom, but we're just going to do fade for now. And the fade is nice, but it's still doing this one letter at a time. And I want to be able to manipulate as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to scroll down to our advanced controls. And you can see the object type is set to letter, but I want to set it to word. Or if I have multiple items within this text block, I can choose line instead. So I can customize this per, now let's see what it looks like with word. Now it does it per word and not just every single letter. This is very brief, but this one is, the text animator is very, very cool. You can see there's a lot of other things you can do, but I am out of time to show you my other things. But I will say one more thing, a pro tip when it comes to any sort of transitions. Let's go to chroma. All right, we're just gonna do a chroma leak really quick. Yes. I know it'll be repeated frames. I'm sorry, I know you hate that. Repeated frames will always happen if you don't have enough video to create the transition. So you always want to make your video a little bit shorter. All right, my pro tip for when you're doing any sort of transitions like this and you need to watch them in playback, when you start playing with all of the
I'm so sorry. You have to say that again.
Okay, I was saying that my pro tip, when you are doing any sort of effect, transition or otherwise, I highly recommend you putting your playhead in the middle of the transition. That way, when you are looking around and you're trying to figure out what you can manipulate, what you can't, what things even do, if you play them out, some decisions might be so slight, or the differences will be so slight. So if you want to play like the leak angle, I can actually see what's happening in the middle of the transition, always. It is just the easiest way to figure out what these effects actually do, what each individual piece under the effects manipulates within each transition. So if you are playing around, please do that and just save yourself the time, because most of the time it won't look any different to you or it'll be so slight. So if you really want to learn what each piece does, playhead in the middle and then start adjusting from there. Okay.
You did it. You're magical.
You're magical. It gets so nuanced. Yeah, and that's the beauty of all of these effects in Premiere.
We will be back next Wednesday, July 15th. So Courtney and I will actually be on vacation. and we're going to be coming to you live from vacation.
That's right.
And we're going to be possibly doing some more tutorials, but we also wanted to just do something fun and outside and talk about our favorite summertime movies.
Yeah.
And some of the fun effects or results that they have had on the industry. So please let us know what your favorite summer films have been. If you have any ideas, would love to see them in chat, or you can join the Adobe Live Discord under the CA and LA active shows, and you can let us know there.
That's right.
And our week 6 challenge is for you to tell us about your favorite summer memory.
Birthday break. That's right.
That's right. It's Courtney's birthday next week, and I'm really, really excited to celebrate with some sun and the water and
books.
And books. We went to the library yesterday.
It was amazing.
It was so good. I had just euphoria.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Adara, thank you for doing a great job modding. A huge shout out to Jacob Paris, who is hosting Art Maxing. It is a series this week on Adobe Live. So make sure that you tune in. There's 2 more episodes, I think, Thursday and Friday. But it's been lovely. Go back and watch the episode today with Jack. We learned so much. And you all have just wonderful banter. It was great.
It was great.
Someone's turning the big 4-0.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm Ashleigh. This is Courtney. We are CA in LA, Courtney and Ashleigh in Los Angeles. We're best friends, filmmakers, musicians,
and variety streamers.
Make sure that you tune in to our Twitch show tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific. We are doing some acoustic night, and go check out our YouTube, CA in LA. If you want to listen to some music, watch some films, we would love to have you. Thank you all again so much for tuning in. Ohana, bless.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you so soon, and please take care of yourself. Naps,
snacks,
and snacks. Thank you, Adobe.
Bye.